Hi, it's me, the autistic Gen X, ex software developer, ex musician, ex magician, ex I don't know, with anxiety and depression. But some call me Tim. And I've been noticing a lot of stuff lately about the Dunning Kruger effect, which, if you don't know, there was a paper, and I've not read the paper, um, that basically said people that know a little bit about a subject tend to overestimate how much they know. And the reverse, people that know a lot tend to act like they don't know anything, or to at least, rank themselves as just a beginner. Sort of the thing like the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. It's that kind of thing. And I think it's kind of become this thing people throw out like Schrodinger's cat, Dunning-Kruger effect, woke. Like the word woke doesn't mean anything like it used to. And now it's just sort of this catch-all term that's been abused and doesn't have any meaning now because it's sort of been stripped of its meaning. Dunning-Kruger is the same way, right? People who are too dumb to actually understand what the Dunning-Kruger effect means are getting it wrong, which is funny because that's kind of the thing Dunning-Kruger says. But then you can go on the internet and you can find a bunch of papers that disprove it. Yes, proving once again the internet is the greatest place on earth because no matter what you believe or how dumb you are, you can find somebody who agrees with you. You can find evidence or, fake news or bullshit that justifies the way you feel. You say, look, it's not I'm right. I did my own research, which is the dumbest thing. And can we just say you did not do your own research? Anybody who says they did their own research is so dumb. They don't know how to do research. Nobody that knows how to do research would ever say they did their own research. They did not go out and read the academic papers on the subject and then go to the references section and read all those papers, and then go to the reference sections of all those papers and read all those papers. And then be smart enough to take all of that information and then form an educated opinion about what everybody said, because you have to be able to go into those papers and find ones that you're like, that's bullshit. And that's not, who did this? This is not scientifically anything. Like, what a stupid experiment that has so many flaws. They're not doing that. And so I think we don't need to use the Dunning-Kruger effect in that way anymore, but we do need to realize that if you're really, really dumb, you don't know you're really dumb because you're really dumb. And then I see an argument. It's like, oh, well, but this is about people who start programming, for example. You start playing League of Legends, right? You're like, I'm the greatest player ever because you don't even know what you don't know. The unknown unknowns got you big time. That happened to me. I started playing and immediately went into ranked because I thought I'm the best player ever, right? Man, was I wrong. I got absolutely destroyed. That was humbling. What happens to those dumb people? Don't they have humbling experiences? I don't think so. I don't think they even know. I don't believe that you could explain that they're proved wrong. So I saw a video the other day and they were talking about this experiment, which I really should look up. But let's say it's true. I don't know if it's true. I hope it isn't true. It can't be true, which is why I'm pretty sure it's true. And so they had two glasses. One was a wide, short glass, and one was a tall, skinny glass. And they put orange juice into the small glass, and then in front of the people, poured that orange juice into the other glass and asked them if that was more orange juice. And a bunch of people said yes. Can you imagine being so dumb that you don't even have a concept of like permanence or the fact that the way a liquid is held it doesn't change its volume. Like it's still the same amount of liquid, no matter what kind of vehicle it's in. Like it doesn't matter a cylinder, a square, like it's in a cube. Like I don't know. But and he was saying, like, just remember when you're talking to somebody on the internet, it might be one of those people. It might be one of those. It might be the orange juice people, which is what I think I'm going to start calling them. Ah, yes, orange juice. He's an orange juice guy. She's an orange juice girl. Orange juice crew. It's fine. Let's just start saying that instead of Dunning-Kruger. But man, it just gets me. I see so many stupid people on the internet. And of course, you want to correct them, and it's hard to realize that maybe you can't. And then don't forget, you are stupid too. That's the hard one. You know, a couple hundred years ago, basically everything everybody thought was wrong. It's been proven wrong. Like the earth isn't flat. The earth is not the center. The planets don't revolve around the earth. Women should be allowed to vote. People shouldn't be slaves. Cocaine is addictive. Morphine is bad for you. Tobacco is bad for you. You know, just these things. We don't really want to put leeches on people to suck the poison out of their blood. Like there's all kinds of weird things we used to do. Like it used to never occur to us that we need seatbelts in the car. There's an old saying too. Einstein carried his luggage. And I remember I've said that before. And the person I said to was like, oh, right. Because he was he was super smart, but he was humble. And so he didn't have servants. Like, no, that's not what it meant. It meant that Einstein, the smartest guy on the fucking earth, never occurred to him to put wheels on luggage. They didn't have wheels on luggage, and he never thought of it. He just carried it like everybody else. We were wrong, and we hadn't thought of these things. And all of us are wrong today, everyone, even all the smartest people in the world, physicists. If the earth lives for another 1,000 years, they'll all be wrong. You're wrong. I'm wrong. So I guess what I'm saying is do not die for your beliefs because they're wrong. Give people a break. They're too dumb to know any of this, by the way. They can't even comprehend. I have a fantasy that people could swap brains and like have the intelligence of put on some kind of machine, right, with wires, and then you can get the intelligence of someone else. Like I want to experience being Neil deGrasse Tyson and what does he know about the cosmos, right? And then imagine what it would be like to take someone from China and you get to put it on their head and read Chinese. Like how cool would that be? But then I also wonder, well, what would it be like if a really stupid person put on the helmet and got to experience a really smart person? I think they would lose their fucking minds. I don't know. Then what would happen? They go back to themselves and they realize that everything they know is wrong and that everything they believe in is a lie and that they don't know anything. And I don't know. And would they just forget it? Would they ignore it? I wonder what would happen. Anyway, so that's today, thinking about stupid stuff. Going to be going later to see the new Wicked movie, Wicked for Good. I love the theaters let you pick your seats now. Oh, so much less anxiety. I love it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Appreciate all of you for taking the time out of your day to listen to me rant and do some self-improvement and some therapy by talking to random people on the internet. It's just the best, and it's free. All right, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things for the algorithm, and until next time, peace.